Hey guys, it's John here. So at CES 2019, Huawei introduced its latest ultra-portable laptop in the Huawei Matebook 13. And even though it's being pegged as a model below its flagship in the Huawei Matebook X Pro, it actually has a lot of similarities and you don't want to count it out. Now, the most notable thing about it are the specs and the price. For what you're getting, it has a ton of value. So they have two different configurations. You have one that's using the 8th generation Intel Core i5 processor, and then if you want to jump up to the Intel Core i7 processor, it's only going to cost you $1,300. But on top of that, it does come also packaged with an NVIDIA GeForce MX150 GPU. You have that 13-inch touchscreen display, 8 GB of RAM, 256 GB of storage. For the Core i5 model, you get 512 GB of storage with the better Core i7 processor. And there are also two USB Type-C ports. And yes, there's also a headphone jack. You get all that for only $1,300. On top of that, its performance is outstanding, pretty much on par to what I've been seeing with the Huawei Matebook X Pro. For 4K video editing, it handles it with no problems at all, and rendering is pretty fast. So if you're yearning for a lot of power and performance, you're definitely going to get it here with the Matebook 13. It definitely shares a lot of similarities to the design of the Huawei Matebook X Pro, but I wouldn't say it's as premium. I feel as though for a 13-inch laptop, it should have been a little bit more condensed. It's pretty much the same size as the Matebook X Pro, but it is also just as heavy, which is kind of crazy because for a 13-inch display, I would expect this one to be a bit lighter, but it's not. Despite that though, the display definitely pops as well because of the very skinny bezels around the 13-inch display. It's a touchscreen with a resolution of 2160 by 1440, so it's not as high resolution, but I'm actually happy it's better than 1080p, and yes, it is touchscreen as well. Unlike the Matebook X Pro, the webcam is actually at its usual location above the display in that bezel. They're still able to make a very skinny one overall, which is great. And the placement's a little bit better because it's not looking up like the one you find with the Matebook X Pro. On top of that, you still have pretty much the same keyboard layout, which I'm happy about. It's backlit, great travel, great responsiveness. You have a sizable trackpad as well. It's clickable left and right. And finally, you also have the fingerprint sensor that's integrated into the power button. Overall, the Matebook 13 definitely has a lot of value going for it because it's packaged with that Intel Core i7 processor, also that NVIDIA GeForce MX150 GPU, and when you factor in its cost of $1,300, that is just outstanding. You're getting a lot of bang for the buck. Although the design, I wish it was a little bit more condensed, skinnier, lighter, but hey, those are the trade-offs they had to make in order to come in at that price point. But either way, it's a great laptop if you're looking for something that has a lot of power without spending a whole lot of money.